Hello guys, we are at the Australian Botanical Gardens here in Canberra. You can enter for free, but you have to pay for the parking, $4 per hour or $17 a full day. We are here for 3 hours. We will not, like, this botanical garden is actually really big, so we will not cover everything. It's April, which means that which is here in the southern hemisphere. It is actually autumn, so it started to it is autumn instead of northern hemisphere like in Europe or in the US. It's actually spring. Here in Australia it is autumn, but it is still like 20 degrees, and it will be the same as this week. So yeah, so we have decided to visit again. This is our third time actually here. So yeah, and I'm really happy to show it to people who are actually not in Canberra. A lot of Australians, I think Canberra is like boring city. Like you can see the capital, the Australian Parliament, and that's it, and also the all government buildings. But yeah, also in the botanical gardens are a lot of lizards and or dragons. And there is actually one right now. This is actually right here. Yeah. They are really friendly with us, so like if I would move closer, then it would just go away from me. As you can see, like, yeah, he's afraid. I don't know about any other botanical gardens, but here in Canberra they are actually trying to make to represent every single region of Austria, so from rainforest to outback, so to the from the Queensland, Tasmanian rainforest until the outback. Yeah, I will show some of them, but not every of them. You can see there are also signs that water dragons can be here, so don't step on them. This is one of the rainforest area of this botanical garden. As you can see, there is also a path down there, and it is literally just next to the road where I filmed the water dragon. So they are trying to imitate rainforests of Australia. Everything is so green here, even though it is autumn, so but see, there are no yellow leaves and everything is so green. Yeah, so each part of the botanical garden there are like signs saying fun facts about each region. This is actually says that rainforests cover only 6% of the Earth's surface, but they are homes to more than half of all plants and animal species. Yeah. And if you are tired already, then you can just sit down in the shades. Yeah, this is actually really cool in the summer. If you're walking outside of this rainforest area, then there should be some like a lot of sun, and it is really hot sometimes. So it is really good actually to walk here in the shady area where you can actually. So as you can see, here is the map of the rainforest. Yeah, I think they are tour buses. So if you can't walk or you have paid much, we have paid much, then I think there is like a tour guide. So everything is labeled, which is really good, so you don't actually get lost. There are actually like plants that are not local to here, so like this, the Chilean fire tree, which is home in Chile or Argentina, I think. This one is a bit like bad, but I can see that it is home to Tasmania and this part of Australia. Yeah, I think this tree. This is actually another part of the. So we actually came out from the rainforest area, and I know where are we exactly. So, but it looks like the desert area, not the outback area, but the desert area. So like let's say from, because actually New South Wales, Northern Territory and Western Australia are really in deserted area, and also northern parts of South Australia, they can be all found in deserted area, where I don't think that the sand is actually really red. That is mostly in the outback area, but this I think is just the deserted area. Like, yeah, there are no big trees, there are no shades anymore. Yeah, this can be actually really hot during summer and in 30s 30 Celsius. There are also a lot of seating areas where you can actually just sit and relax, eat some snack. This is actually I think it is a solar clock. I'm not too sure about it. And this is actually the original plant use trail. So, and most of them has a sign saying the Aboriginal used this. So like, for example, for this one Aboriginal people have used the hardwood of their local variety of mulga to make spears, digging sticks and long narrow shields. Also, mulga seeds can be eaten after cleaning and grinding them into a paste or roasting them over fire. The surgery gum from the tree can also be eaten, dissolved in water to make a sweet drink. I think this tree. I've not told you about the location, so this part is actually the Black Mountains. In the first vlog that I did about riding the bus home from my school, I've actually showed you guys the Telescope Tower, which is actually somewhere near. I can't really see it, but it is near. So it is part of the Black Mountains. We are actually next to the Black Mountains. So Telescope Tower is actually nearby, and yeah, it is really quiet, even though we are somewhere next to a big road, but I can't hear anything. So I can hear the birds chirping, some lizards moving in the leaves, or on the ground, in these small bushes. So yeah, so it is really peaceful and quiet, and it is really clean and free. So yeah, in Europe there wouldn't be any. If it would be free, then it wouldn't be this clean. So there are actually a lot of paths. So other road, there is another road, there is like an asphalt road where the buses can actually go. So there are paths that you can walk. You can actually do a full day. As I said, it is just only $17 for the parking for a full day, and I mean, so from opening until closing, it is a $17. So it is actually really good. So it actually, since you can, if you really want to explore every area really detailed way and actually walk in every path, I think a full day is required. Like in 3 hours you can't you can't actually, I mean, if you actually try to find a region, then just follow the signs and find the shortest path, then you can actually visit every region, but you just need to hurry, or just so you don't stop anywhere, don't drink anything, but you can do this. So we have found the Sydney region area. So this area is actually shows every single tree or plants that is home to Sydney region. So you can find it in the Blue Mountains and also in parts of Sydney. So this map shows the Sydney area. So all of these, so it is Blue Mountains. So every plants here can be actually found in these in this area, which is actually really good. So you can actually find them in real life. So from Sydney until Nowra or Newcastle, and also until Blue Mountains. It is actually really good to actually see them in real life. You've actually been to Blue Mountains twice or third, 3 times or twice or 3 times. I can't really remember, but at that time I didn't had this camera. I think I have posted some on my Instagram post that I will again leave it in the comments section so you can actually see them. Yeah, even in this path, like there is a path, there is also a path that I think just goes back. Yeah. Here is another map. So here is the whole Botanical Gardens map. This yellow one is the main path from the visitor center until here, and there are actually some other paths that you can actually take, but it is not shown here. Like we are in zone E, which is the Sydney region flora, and we're walking towards this red center garden, which is the experience of Uluru and the outback. So here are the zones. So we are in zone E, the Sydney region flora. This one is also zone E, red center garden, which is the Uluru and the outback. The eucalypt lawn, which is zone D, rock garden is zone C, and rainforest zone B. As I said, it is really huge. So if you want to walk around every part of this botanical garden, then you need at least a day. So, and then you can actually enjoy, like relax a bit. Yeah, because if you just rush in to to visit every part of this this botanical garden, then you might actually miss out something. So if you have time and if you actually here, then I really recommend actually coming here, and just take your time. Like, you don't need to hurry if you have time. This region is the plants by the sea, so I'm trying to find actually a path where I can show you. There is actually like a small river, so not an ocean, but small river where there should be actually water inside it, and it actually tries to imitate this plants by the sea in the Sydney region. There are some renovations, so some of these benches are actually being renovated, which is actually really good to see that they are actually still renovating stuff and to make this even better. This sign just shows that you have to be more careful around these places, because a snake has been spotted in this area. So it doesn't mean that today we will actually find a snake, but it means that there have been a snake here in the past years or past experiences, and this is just a precaution that you might find, which is actually, if you think of Australia, you might think that everywhere you will find snakes, which is not true. Like, you might find, you might not. So we have been walking in the forests. There have been times when we have seen at least one, and only one. There have been times when we have not seen a snake. So yeah, so it is just so that sign is actually just to show that you have to be cautious. Yeah, here is another lizard, green one, that is just enjoying the sun. Yeah, and he doesn't move. All of them are really friendly. Yeah, we have actually found another one, like literally next to the road. Yeah, so here is this sign that says that if you see a snake, then you have to be calm. Do not approach the snake. Stand still and quiet for a minute. If the snake doesn't move, then back away slowly and tell the garden staff member. And then they will put just a sign there. So now we are actually arriving the Red Center Garden, or Red Center Garden, I think it is called. Yeah, Red Center Garden, which is actually middle of Australia, so meaning the outback. We have been once this January, so which I couldn't film because I didn't had this one again, but there are some pictures on my Instagram that I will share in the comments section. So yeah, so if you have actually wondered how you can actually imagine that redness of the outback, this. If you are going on an adventure, then so these red sands can be found, so you can actually walk on them in the real area. Yeah, it is actually really, yeah, so this actually really shows how you can imagine outback, meaning there is no shade. There are some trees that give shades, but not every of them. and that red sand everywhere. And there is the telescope tower. This means that we are actually in in the Black Mountains in Canberra. So even though it actually tries to imitate the real outback, it will not. So like it should be at least 30 degrees or 35 actually in the outback region. So, and it is actually 20, or that you can feel for 23 I think, or 25. So it is still not the real outback, but the plants and the red sand. Yeah. Even the plants are red. Yeah. So there is actually a sign if it works. If not, then it not. So in the first time it actually worked, and the second time we were here, and the last time we were here, it didn't work anymore. So I really hope that it works today, because it shows the real temperature. So shows the temperature between here and in the real outback. So I'm talking about that machine, which from here it seems that it doesn't work, but that actually shows the local temperature and the real temperature in in the real outback. This is actually not too big, so it is just, you can do a round walk in 10-15 minutes. So I actually want to make make a correction. It does work, but I mean it doesn't really work, but it actually shows the red center garden that it is actually 22.59 Celsius, and it would actually show in the rainforest gully, which is also part of this botanical garden. So this would actually show the difference, the air humidity, air pressure, and some other stuff between here in the red center garden, where there are no shades and it wants to imitate the outback, and the same things in the rainforest, where they want to imitate the rainforest of Australia, from Tasmania, from Queensland, from New South Wales. But yeah, but it just shows only the local, so the in this red center gardens, but not the rainforest gully. Yeah, so we have walked up from red center, and we are now in Western Mallee, which is South Australian and Western Australian species all the way. This sign actually shows that where is the Black Mountain Trail Summit. There's actually like a sign that says that. So if you want to go up to the telescope tower, then you can actually exit Botanical Gardens and just go upwards. So this should be the eucalypt lawn, which is actually really big, because there is even more part of this towards or forward. And there are a lot of benches where you can actually relax a bit and just listen to the birds. Yeah, in the Australian Capital Territory, where Canberra is, koalas are not found and almost extinct here, but in Tidbinbilla Nature Reserve you can actually find 3 or 4 in enclosed, and also in the zoo you can find some enclosed, but in nature it is really rare here. But if you are in Queensland or New South Wales, you have more chances actually. So there have been actually news about person actually found a koala here. It is near the border of New South Wales, which was really rare to actually find. We are back in the rainforest region. There is actually a path, like it imitates like to walk in the valley, but it is closed, parts of it closed due to really big cones that could actually make serious injuries to you. So yeah, but it would be really cool to actually walk down there. I really hope that other parts, so that the other beginning this bird was the kookaburra, or the laughing kookaburra. So this path, it is like a wood path that actually imitates in a rainforest, walking in a valley. Some parts, so this part is actually closed now. This is one end, and there is another end at the entrance of the botanical gardens. So we really hope it so that we can walk down and actually show you guys what it feels to actually walk down there. So this will be actually the path to the other end that is closed. So yeah, so it will be down there and we're up there. And I think that we can actually walk to the entrance or the other end on a similar path, not this one, but a similar one that is also goes in the valley. This actually shows how it was created in the 70s, 1970s. They actually started to test the how here people can actually make this rainforest, like in North Queensland or Tasmania. And then in 1984 they actually started to build it, this wooden path, and there are still misting. So because of this, because of Canberra, it is not really, there are no lot of rains, so that's why rainforest cannot be really exist in this area like in a lot of parts of the world. But here they actually started trying to imitate by misting these trees, so that these trees can actually stay alive. So we are here in the lower walking area with an rainforest gully full of water, everything. This is because of the misting that is really hidden in the nature, so you can actually see by looking around, you can actually see these misting machines, but in a real rainforest it looks like this. So like everything is so green, and it is also full of water, everything. And it is really in the valley, so there is the main path and we are down here. Yeah, to actually walk down or up to this lower area there are steps, like normally we have steps, which is for like people with wheelchair. You can't actually go down here, but almost every part of the Australian Botanical Gardens you can actually visit by wheelchair. This part is not so. And we're actually back at the entrance. This is actually how the misting is done. Yeah, and that's how they can create the real rainforest here in Canberra, which is really good and an interesting way. So here is actually the whole map. That little bus, the Flora Explorer. You can actually buy tickets online, and it is like 45 minutes. So yeah, so if you really want to do the whole thing and in a small pace, not just the main path. Yellow shows the main path, but if you really want to do like you really want to visit everything in a small pace, then a full day is required. Well, we are again walking downside. This is like also a rainforest area. This bridge was actually that I showed where how the mist is created here, how the Canberrans can actually do rainforest in a non-rainforest area. Usually there are lizards or water dragons here that you might find. Not every time, but there is a lot of chance to actually see them. I am getting a lot of mist. Yeah. All of these are mist, so like they are to actually make this rainforest look, which is really unique. Like you can see here. So all of these are Banksias, which is most commonly found near oceans. There's actually a place called Banksia Bay in New South Wales, a bit north to Sydney, I think, where you can find a lot of these Banksias. And this whole place is actually all full with Banksias. This path is, I think it's called the kids trail, which has a lot of fun facts for the kids, and like this frog, like a lot of statues of different Australian animals, and there are some parts where the kids can actually play and learn. There is actually like for kids to up and to see around. These are so that kids can learn something new or see something by rotating blocks or something like that. So kids can actually learn and play. There is the coffee where you can buy some snacks and also coffee and drinks. And there is like the Friends Law where you can actually enjoy and picnic, and it is really beautiful, and still it is free. In the mountains you can actually find a lot of bridges like this one that you have to step on stones, and there is also like a lake where there should be a lot of lizards and dragons. Maybe we'll find some today too. So this was the botanical garden in Canberra. If you are here, then don't miss it. Don't miss out, like, because it is really beautiful. And if you have even just several hours, you can still visit most of the regions, and in a slow-paced time. But if you really want to visit only one region, then you can do that. And just to be clear, that it closes actually 5 o'clock, so 5 p.m. and opens around 9, I think, as everything else here. So yeah, if you're here, then don't miss out. It's really beautiful, peaceful, not even far from Woden. It is just 20 minutes from the city center. It is even less. So, I mean, it could be because of the it is a questionable, because in the city center there are a lot of traffic jams, so it might be even longer from the city center. But so I hope that you enjoy this